My name is Mike Pfisterer. I'm working for Santiago Calatrava LLC here in Zurich. I am the chief architect of the office in Zurich. Santiago Calatrava is an architecture and engineering firm. We are doing high quality projects the world over, from South America over to China at the moment. The very unique thing about Calatrava is the blending between architecture and engineering and artwork. So Mr. Calatrava is an architect and engineer. We have an architecture and engineering department here in our office, and that together creates very, very unique projects the world over. Basically, the administrative part in this office was mainly done via the normal Microsoft Office solutions. We use Excel spreadsheets, databases, Word files, etc. That was before we started using assistant software. Very funny, I was working in Netherlands before. I was working in Netherlands till 2006. And the last 3 years of my time in the Netherlands, I've worked personally with assistant software. So I knew the solution already. And when we were looking for something similar here, assistant was one of the candidates that we looked at. Actually, the other candidates that we were looking at, we are a Swiss office, and but we are doing international projects. And the other candidates they were looking were they were really focused on the Swiss market or on the Central European market, and their solutions were very well tailored to that, but some of them, or most of them, were not flexible enough to account for different type of contracts, different kind of countries, starting with exchange rates, VAT items. And that was one of the parts that was convincing in the system, that it had already a lot pre-configured, but it allowed a certain amount of flexibility to tailor it to our needs. All employees at Calatrava use Assistant's web interface to record their hours, to create their hour sheets, of course. And there is a selected group of people, among which am I, that are using the full Assistance Suite in order to track the time, in order to do the finance stuff, contract administration, all the functions that Assistance offers. I think what I would recommend, if you're not used to work with Assistance at all, then to first have a test system set up in the office with a kind of virtual environment where you can first of all check what Assistance can do and what function you get out of it, and then really think about 2 weeks what you want it to do, and then set up the system according to your needs, because otherwise you're using pre-configured software and you spend a lot of time later to configure the way you want. Whereas when you have a fresh implementation, of course, you can tailor it to the needs. I think in general we are pretty good with working in Assistance, especially because the centralized system helps us spending time in what we are good at. That's architecture and engineering, and not using an enormous amount of time in calculating Excel sheets and doing kind of manual work, but having a central platform where we can use all our administration functions.